PickDogs.com and SportsChatPlace.com here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, always around this 11 a.m. I say it's 11 a.m. I know it's quarter after 11 Eastern time. We were just bantering behind the scenes. Sometimes the wacky just gets on a roll and he's talking about something that's totally unrelated. And all right, I chime in a little bit myself, start taking digs at some other people, but that's what I do. I'm a name caller. Anyways, we got tons of free picks on our site. Short card, but I tell you, there's some quality out there. We got 7 NBA games, 6 Major League Baseball, 4 NHL. So we got still plenty to cover. And I'll tell you, 2 months ago, I would have killed for this schedule. That's for sure. I would have killed to have 6 Major League Baseball games, and that's it. So let's get right to it, man. We'll bring the guys in. We got Brian Bittler back with us. We got Rod Zawacki, Chris Ruffalo. Morning, guys. How's it going?
Morning. Good. Morning.
Morning. Brian?
I'm ready to tear into this small schedule today.
Yeah, we got some moving lines already. Everyone knows I love moving lines. I like to try and catch them and compare them. One thing I wanted to show everybody, but I can't get my screen share to work properly, so we'll start it tomorrow, is we have a new parlay calculator over on PickDogs. It's really, really cool. It takes live feeds from the sportsbook. You can build your parlay, and then if you're in a state that has legal U.S. betting, you can bet it right there from the site. So it's really, really awesome, and I want you guys to check it out and let me know what you think and tell me how we can improve things because, well, I already use it and it's easy for me. So it's like, if it's easy for you guys, well, it helps me more. So be sure to go to pickdogs.com, check out our parlay calculator. Tell me what you guys think. And you can even build your bird cages right along with these guys right at the website. But anyways, we got a super chat right out of the gate from Jason. Super chat. 2 days in a row plus 12.29. Bow down to the Parlay King, Mitch. I look forward to your new parlay format. Just keep the winners coming. Yeah, we have a new parlay calculator on the website, and I was going to do like a screenshot with these guys in the parlay calculator. We'll start that tomorrow. I will get it figured out, I hope. But anyways, we got, like I said, 7 NBA today. We got a nice crowd already joining us. Thanks to everybody that joins us. It's like, while I think, YouTube subscriber members don't mean much. It's like, I appreciate it. It definitely, it helps, and some people, I guess, it is more important than to others. I think it's usually more important to the guys that don't have that many. So whatever. We're up to 17,200. Our competitors have all been around about 5 years or more longer than us, and we're past them. We have way more views than them every day, and that's the number that I look at, of course. But anyways, Brian, overall, this time of the NBA season, any kind of strategy that you're looking at, because we got teams that are playing for something and teams that have no bearing yet. The playoffs start in just 4 days on the 17th. Some teams that don't have really nothing to play for, they can't move in or move out. And then you have some teams that basically their bags are packed, and the second it's over, it's like, I don't know if you guys watch the challenge on MTV where they have to bring all their clothes in a bag to the meetup, where they battle it out in the ring. But it's kind of like that because there are a few teams playing today, and we'll be playing tomorrow. Well, I think tomorrow's teams are all in already, but today's teams, like the Sacramento Kings, and the Pelicans, they're out, so it's like the final buzzer sounds, they can leave the bubble, right? And that's what will happen. So pretty interesting. What do you think, Brian?
Man, I can't wait for the actual playoffs to start and these games to all be meaningful. But I'm telling you what, guys, I have just 2 premiums today. One of them goes off 12 noon. Washington, get on the Wizards. I think they don't want to leave the bubble without a win. To me, Wizards, you got to jump on them early.
Chris, as far as like premiums go, I know that you're one of our college football guys at Sports Chat, so I wanted to ask you this. And a lot of people were whining, and a friend of mine from, who's on another site, a guy who's a friend of mine from another site. And there's not that many of those. We know that. But, one of the guys who actually is a friend of mine, he's kind of like a sky is falling type, and it's like, and Brian knows this guy too. And it's like, he's a sky is falling. It's like, we're not going to have college football. We're not going to have college football. Well, I told him we're going to have college football, and, the SEC is going to play no matter what, and we know that, right? And, Chris covers the SEC, and he has for years. I used to cover the SEC, and Chris took over for me on the SEC, so I know he knows the SEC also inside now. And these guys, it's like, oh, they're going to follow. Someone wrote in our handicapper thing where we kind of all, talk about the site and, if someone can't enter their picks or something like that. And someone put, oh, we're not going to have college football because the Big Ten and Pac-12 canceled. The SEC is going to follow suit. Like, the SEC's ever followed suit to anything. It's like, that is never going to happen. It's like the fact that the other conferences did it makes them say, we're not going to do it. And then Dabo Swinney saying, even without those two conferences, if we win a national championship, it's totally legitimate. Those guys weren't going to factor anyways. I love that one. Now, so Coach Day from Ohio State, who is a good coach, right? He is a good football coach, right? I love he's a hard-nosed guy. He's not like, he's not a double talker like Jim Tressel or some of those other coaches that they've had. He is a hard-nosed, let's knock the snot out of these guys. And, and you can see it in his team and the way that they've been playing. And, the way Dobbins went from kind of a kind of softer back to this guy that was running people over last year. So he says, we want to start football right away in January. Does this mean we get 6 months of college football? Is that what we got? You want to talk about the silver lining. People are like, we're not going to have college football. No, we're going to have 6 months of college football. Chris, tell your take on this, plus, what you got going on today. Kind of filibustered over you there.
That's all right. I'm all for 6 months of college football. It'll be interesting to see how it eventually plays out. We still have to figure out from these other smaller conferences who's going to opt in, opt out. I know the MAC's already out, but if you give me the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12, I'm good for the fall. And whoever else wants to come in January, you're more than welcome. But as far as today goes, I've got a 5-pack in the premium area, two hockey, 2 baseball, and my top NBA play for today. I'm loving these games. It's a quality over quantity schedule, and I'm loving it today.
How about you, Rod?
For me today, I got 3-team birdcage, 1 from each sport. I picked my best bet from every sport, 1 from hockey, 1 from MLB, and 1 from basketball. I made a birdcage available on the website. Excited about today's little small card.
What do you think about this NHL, playoffs and the way it's all going in the bubble without the crowd in there? The players, like, once the puck drops, they seem to not care, about if there's a crowd or not a crowd. Right. And, it just seems that we're seeing NHL playoff hockey where a team that you kind of didn't expect from is just leaving it all on the ice and knowing that, all it takes is a couple of wins. So, what do you think of that, the way that's going?
I think it's going better than people have figured it would go. These players are actually giving 120%, but it's hockey players. We know they do. They want to win the cup. So they have the motivation and drive to win the cup. So they give 150% effort in these games. It's awesome to see.
Thank you for the super chat. I'm trying not to talk over other people. Thank you. If you haven't done so already, if you've done a super chat, shoot me an email, mitch@pickdogs.com. It has to be at least $5 or more. Shoot me an email to mitch@pickdogs.com, your name, your address, and t-shirt size. And I will mail you a shirt just like the one that I'm wearing. Brian looks like he's fallen asleep on us here, but we have Brian. We got some new equipment that will be landing at Brian Bittler's house today. Got confirmation, so he'll have a new camera. We'll get it back. We'll get it up to his face, so he doesn't have to look down at us. And then we'll have, he'll also. I guess his microphone won't be there, but the camera has a microphone, so it'll be still better than what we're seeing. And some lighting and, how we do things. So excited to see what Brian's new setup will start to look like. But, let's get right into it. We got 7 NBA games today, some meaningful ones at the bottom, show up or go home type things. Right out of the gate, we got the Celtics and the Wiz at noon. Brian said he likes the Wizards. They have no wins in the bubble. It went from Boston minus 10.5 to Boston +2. Just a 12.5 point line movement. Nothing really to pay much attention to. Is Brad Stevens going to play some point guard today? I mean, what's going on here? Brian?
I don't think you're going to see any Boston Celtics player of any significance really playing much today. And I really think the Wizards don't want to leave the bubble without a win. I'm liking that -2, 2.5. I think the Wizards take care of business.
Chris?
Yeah, Brian took the words right out of my mouth. I don't think you're going to see you're not going to see any of the top guys for the Celtics here today. And I think Washington wants to leave with a little bit of pride, saying they got to win in the bubble, so I'll take Washington -2.
Rod?
For me, definitely not a game I'm running to bet. That's for sure. But if I did, I'll take Boston here. Give me Boston. Players that usually don't get to play will be out there playing, showing their stuff. Give me Boston on the money line. This Washington team, they couldn't even beat the backups of the Bucks. So, give me Boston.
Yeah, I think, on these days, on these light days, watch out for the dogs, man. The books are not going to give away money on the light days, man. It's like, why do people get, Monday Night Football is such a big, it's like people, they do not want to do it. But anyways, let's get to the Lakers against the Kings. I've been fading the Lakers the whole time. The Kings obviously got their bags packed, ready to leave the bubble, head back home, wherever that may be. I don't think they all live in Sacramento. They probably have a place in Sacramento, but, a lot of the guys in the NBA have a few houses. Lakers, we have not seen much from the Lake Show in the bubble, especially since the clinch. Really, the best performance of the Lakers in the bubble was opening night. The reopening night when they beat the Clips by 2, didn't cover. We had the Clips in that one, of course. But Chris, who'd you have in Super Bowl 21? I just did the reference to a 3-week-old winner.
by asking me about a game that I was probably being close to delivered, or I was maybe 6 months old at that point.
It's like I can't stand when other people do it yet. I just did it, so I apologize. I just gave out. Yeah, I won this game 3 weeks ago. Anyways, we got the Lakers and the Kings. Brian, did you give your pick? I got.
No, but I will. The Lakers kind of been screwing me for last couple games. I thought they were going to show up and really kick butt in the last one to send a statement. But I think in this game here, even though this line's moving, I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings plus the points. I think a young team gets their shot at the Lakers. I think they show up today.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the over 223 here. The theme for Sacramento in the bubble's been no defense, and even with a minute restriction probably on Anthony Davis and LeBron James and the backups for the Lakers, I think we still see a lot of points here, so I'll take the over 223.
I'll take the Kings +6. The Lakers aren't in no interest to cover anything.
How about we got I like the Kings here too. It's kind of like, they have. Why wouldn't they try? Why wouldn't they just leave it all there? We got Memphis against the Bucks. No Giannis. Still the Bucks +3 in this one. What do you think, Brian? The Grizz have something to play for here.
I think Memphis really has to win this game. It's going down to the nitty-gritty for the Grizzlies, maybe slipping out of the playoffs. Must-win game for them. I'll lay the points.
I just have this weird feeling that Memphis, with everything on the line, comes in and somehow blows this game. So I'll take Milwaukee +3.
I'll take the Bucks on the money line. The Bucks backups beat the Wizards the other day, so nothing wrong with the Bucks backup. They have a deep bench, and this Memphis team, they're ready to pack and get the heck out of the bubble. Give me the Bucks money line.
Okay, we've got the Suns against the Mavericks. I like the Memphis in that one. We got the Suns against the Mavericks. This game's gone from 5.5 to 8.5. Brian, the Suns. These are the bubble champs, right?
I think the Suns have been the best team to bet on as far as the bubble goes. I don't know what their exact against the spread record has been, but to me it seems like they cover every single game, so there's no reason to jump off them now. I'll lay the 9.5 with the Suns.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, they're not only 7-0 straight up, but to reference Brian's question, they're 7-0 against the spread as well. So I got to go with Phoenix here. They pasted. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Philly the other day. I'll take Phoenix again here by double digits.
Thank you, Dennis, for the super chat. Thanks, Ricky. Go ahead, Rod. How about you? Suns versus Mavericks.
For me, I'll take the over. Well, we're gonna see a whole lot of defense being played in this game. Definitely gonna see some scoring. Give me the over.
I don't know. We've cashed a ton in the NBA, so I have no idea why. I think if people want to bet on a game, they're more than welcome to do so. Especially in our community, we've bet on simulated NBA games. I think a real NBA game missing starters is I would put that kind of here, and the simulated games here. And we're talking to people that bet on video games of simulated possible scenarios, adding weather conditions in. This is what we do. I don't even know. I know it's sad to sit here, but I confess. I do. We got the Utah Jazz against the San Antonio Spurs. I could definitely make a better case for not betting. A simulated Pro Bowl. It played in the rain, in the slush, and the fog than I can make for not betting NBA today, because I do think there's some money making opportunities here. We got the Jazz and the Spurs. Spurs are a very, very slim chance of making the playoffs. They need a lot of help. Brian?
I'm going to keep on betting on the teams that have something to play for here. I'll lean to the Spurs. I think they take care of Utah at -8.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the under 231 here. The total seems a bit high, but for a side, I'll lean to Utah plus the points. I think for San Antonio, it's just win by any means necessary, not worrying about by how many.
For me, I lean San Antonio. I like the over. I think we're going to see some points here.
Okay. Go to the game between the Magic and the Pelicans. This is it for the Pelicans. The Magic -4 in this one. I don't know. I've gone against the Pelicans every single game in the bubble, and I've done well doing so. Brian and I were talking last night, and he's like, "Man, how are you nailing these NBA games?" It's like I've picked out 3 or 4 teams, and I've bet against them every single time. It's really what I've done, and the Pelicans have been one of those teams. They're a team that's going to be great in the future, but the Suns are the team that's actually ahead of them. So it's the same idea. It's the same idea as the Pelicans and the Suns, but the 8 pick, they had the number 1 overall before, right? So their number 1 guy is kind of ahead, and he has a little bit more surrounding talent, while the Pelicans, they have some nice talent. They got some number 1s from other guys. Like they got Ingram, who's a number 1, right? They got Lonzo Ball, who I don't think will be with the team a lot longer, but he was a number 1, number 2 overall, which just tells you that the Lakers, I think, would like to have that one back. But, the Magic have been pretty good in the bubble, but I think today's the day the Pelicans rise to the occasion. What do you think, Brian?
Oh, it's not good. I disagree with the guy that's killing in the NBA. I think New Orleans is checked out. I think they're ready to go home. I think the Magic put forth a solid effort today and cover the 4, but we'll see how it goes. Just a lean.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to lean to the under. I think this is a little bit, even for a Pelicans team that likes to score, I think this total seems a little bit high, so I'll take the under 226.5.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree with Chris. I like the under here. Give me the under 226.5.
guys are nuts. Pelicans are easy money here. Got the Blazers and the Magic. Well, they're going home, right? This is a team that showed up to play in the bubble, right? They've kind of underperformed in the bubble. You know, there's no reason to rest anybody. There's no reason to send anybody out. There is no next game. It's just this one game against the Magic. Go into the postseason. Go into the off season, which is going to be fairly short this year. They're going to be playing in Christmas Day again, and the Pelicans will be playing one of those teams playing on Christmas Day. You know it, right? Because Zion, it'll give them a high note to go into the off season. The Magic have nothing to play for. They have the playoffs, right? They're in the playoffs, so they have nothing to play for here. So it's the team with kind of going out of the bubble versus a team with nothing to play for. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I've bet against the Pelicans every time. Now they're getting 4 points. I'm in. Money line. I mean, I didn't give it out as a premium pick, but I kind of wish I did. What are you guys thinking? What's it going to take to to get me to put you on the Pelicans today? It's like... All right, Blazers and the Nets. I don't know, man. This is just common sense. We got the Blazers and the Nets. Brian, what do you think?
Boy,
here?
what a turn of a game. But as far as this one, 10 points is a ton of points. I think the Nets are a scrappy team. I'm going to very slight lean to the Nets plus 10.
I think this line is starting to look a little shaky. Originally, I kind of liked the way this one was looking, but the thing is that this line is one of the ones that came out last night, and then this morning when the other lines opened, this line dropped to 8, and now it's up to 10. It's trading like the option market. Chris, what do you think?
I think Portland's in the driver's seat right now for that 8 spot, for at least for one of the spots in the play-in tournament. I think they're another team that's just going to try to play to not lose. And I think we're giving 10 points to a Brooklyn team that's actually won 5 of their last 6. I'll take a shot with Brooklyn plus the 10.
Rod, this is our game where Rod acts like we asked him a question out of left field. It's like, I don't know. We've just been talking about it for a couple minutes. It's like we kind of been going in the same order. It's like
now who's asking who to move their fridge?
It's like, I thought we were having pie for dessert. What's this fruit plate?
It's like, why is it in a cup?
Sorry, we
Give me the under 236. I think that number is just a little bit high.
All right, so that covers our NBA for today, and we have 6 Major League Baseball games on tap for today. Not much here. We got the Mets and the Nationals. Austin Voth on the hill for the Nats and David Peterson for the Mets. It's like, that's a stinker card. Let's just stick out some stinky pitchers. Brian, what do you think about this one? How would you feel? How would you feel about paying full ticket price to something like this?
Well, you know what? I wouldn't want to pay full ticket price, but I haven't been to a live baseball game in a while, so I wouldn't mind seeing it. But I think the Mets are my second favorite play of the day. Voth has good numbers, but something just tells you that the books don't want you on the Mets today. That line's really going up. I got in at minus 120. I see it at 129, 128 right now. I think the Mets get it done today against the Nationals.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Mets as well. I'm also going to lean to the under. I think it's lower scoring game, but yeah, I'll take the Mets. That's my main play.
How about you, Rod?
I think the Mets win. I like the over more. Give me the over. I think we're going to see some runs here today.
More lunacy in the odds makers here. Jake Arrieta's minus 200 today against anybody, and it's Baltimore Orioles. We've actually been doing a number on the Phillies in this series, right? I mean, let's call it what it is. Doing it at big prices, too. We've been cashing like crazy. I gave a premium pick on it. Then I had it in my 3-team bird cage that we smashed yesterday. I mean, Brian, I don't know, reverse run line here, or you think your Phillies? I mean,
If you bet Baltimore in the first 2 games, you'd be up huge. There's
well,
no reason
I gave
to,
them out in
jump
both.
ship.
I gave them out in both. So it's like, I
Oh,
mean,
you're the man. I didn't.
I bet
haven't
against
touched the
I bet
games,
against
but,
the Phillies almost as often as the Cubs and Red Sox. So it's like
It's just Jake Arrieta on the mound just doesn't do anything for me. I'm not laying minus 190 with him, and I'm not big on Eshelman either. But you got to go with the value here. I think the Orioles have just as good a chance to win. I'll take the 170 plus money.
Here's the crazy thing about it. Okay, and you guys can all call me crazy if you want. The Orioles are 9-7, and the Phillies are 5-8. The Orioles are 6-3 on the road, and the Phillies are 4-7 at home. And you're getting plus 185 on the better team. That all the numbers
seems too
say
good to be true.
Is the better team.
It seems to be.
Well, you got Tom Eshelman. You got Tom Eshelman, right? I didn't mention him, right? I mean, but you got Eshelman. But these games haven't really experienced, baseball this year doesn't really experience an Eshelman factor. This is Cashner's year because it's the year of the quick hook, right? Guy gives up 3 or 4 runs, he's gone. They don't, with games worth 2.7 games each, the managers have the quick hooks these days. So you don't see pitchers just leaving them out there to get bombed, except for a reliever like Michael Lorenzen. When he can't find the plate, they just let him throw the balls at, just a bit outside.
There's no value with the Phillies today.
No, there's no value with the Phillies ever. Chris, I bet against the Phillies almost every single day. I see people taking Phillies on the run line. It's like, just give me your money. Just let's just stop the process. You could do a super chat with the money, At least it's going to a good cause, to providing more of shows like this. I mean, why? Why would you do that to yourself? Chris? I don't know, man. I hate bad bets, man. I just hate it. It's like I hate to see people make them when it's like, fine, the Phillies might even win this game. Even if they win, there still was no value at minus 200. Zero.
Nope.
And there's no value on the run line here, even money. It's like, why? Why do it? Go ahead. Anyways, Chris, go ahead. I'm disgusted with everyone.
I'm gonna go with the under 9.5 here. I think Thomas Eshelman pitches with a chip on his shoulder. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's part of the Phillies farm system before they traded him last year. So I think he's going to want to stick it to his former team. And I think Jake Arrieta built off of his last start. I think he pitches well, but yeah, I'm not laying minus 200 with him, so I'll take the under 9.5.
How about you, Rod?
This is going to be a close game, 1-run game for sure. So give me Baltimore plus 1.5 at minus 105. It's way better than fucking trying to chase the Phillies run line. That's for sure.
I know you guys are, you probably aren't sure who I like in this one, but I'll take the Orioles. I don't think I got my point across all the way there. We can rehash it a little bit if you want. I'm open. I lost my page. I got so excited there. People say, I love it when Mitch gets excited about a game. There. Oh, Red Sox and Rays. This one is interesting because you got Glass now who throws about 600 miles an hour. And you got Glass now who throws about 600 miles an hour and up against Kyle Hart, who first major league start. Kyle Hart's not like a phenom in the Red Sox organization by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, if you went through the Red Sox organization and their farm teams, this is not the guy you would have thought that they were going to bring up. Kyle Hart's a guy with a mid-3, high 3 ERA, but he knows how to pitch out of jams because he's always in one, and he gets people out. Brian, what do you think here at Fenway Park?
Yeah, I think you nailed it with Hart. He's just a mediocre guy in AAA. Nothing spectacular. Doesn't really have a very big velocity. This line's telling me to bet Boston Red Sox, but I don't see how they get it done here. I'm going to stick with the better team. I'll lean to the Rays.
I'm gonna take the over 9.5 here. I think Hart is going to get himself into some jams, and with the way the Rays have swung the bats for most of the season, I don't think he's going to be able to get out of them. And Glasnow's been getting hit a lot easier this season, so I'll take the over 9.5.
How How about you, Rod?
Give me Boston. I'll take Boston money line here. I'm
All
not
right.
a fan of Glasgow.
We got the Reds against Trevor Williams and the Pirates, Brian. Trevor's serving plus 160. But it's Anthony DeSclafani at a minus 180 pitcher. Once again, short card, weird prices, right? It's like because you have a short card, favorites are going to get bet up, and it's just the public doesn't have anywhere to spread their money around. It all gets concentrated on these favorites. Cincinnati Reds.
No, I'm not touching the Reds at minus 170 to minus 180, especially with that pitcher on the mound. Pirates, I think, are like 20-8 against the Reds over the last 28 times those two teams have met. I think the value here is with the Pirates.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Pirates as well. Trevor Williams pitching better than an 0-3 record would indicate. He just threw 7 innings, allowing 1 run against the Twins. So I think he builds on that here with a win over the Reds.
Rod?
Give me the under 9.5. I don't think we're going to hit that number today.
Go to Chicago. Interesting one here. You Garbage on the mound. Last time out, he got into a lot of trouble in that game in Kansas City. I mean, I watched the game. I watch all the games, right? This is what I do, and this is why I know too much, right? Sometimes it gets in my own way. Sometimes what I see on the field makes me ignore the numbers. Sometimes that works for me, and sometimes it doesn't. Normally, I just stick to my numbers, and I have a good system. I've been doing this a long time, but sometimes I can't ignore this. And what we saw from you, Darvish, last time was ducks all over the pond, and he was able to pitch himself out of a few bases loaded jams. In the first 2 innings, he had bases loaded twice and got out of there with no runs scored, and he was able to ride that. And he did pick up some momentum as the game went on. Does that make him a minus 175 pitcher against Brett Anderson, who, when he's healthy, is pretty good? Brian?
No, I got beat with taking the Brewers yesterday. The Twins clobbered them. I'm not seeing what I want to see out of the Brewers as far as fight, good pitching goes. Darvish does have good numbers this year. If I'm playing the game, I'd lay the 1.5 for the Cubs, but I'm not rushing out to bet this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under 8.5. I think Darvish, if he can get himself out of trouble again, he'll have another good start. And Anderson hasn't pitched too terribly to start the year. I think this one hits 8, so I'll take the under 8.5.
Rod?
I agree with Chris. Give me the under 8.5. Wind's blowing in there today.
Showing a crosswind out to right. I don't know, man. When the sun's beating down, it heats up in Chicago, like the way the weather has been. The ball certainly does travel. I kind of like that over as well. Urias against Paddock at Dodger Stadium. Urias was the phenom, but, he doesn't pitch that much. And, it just seems that he's the guy that's always moved back. Up against Paddock, who is one of those guys, and now that you can't hear the crowd noise, you could really hear the glove snap every pitch this guy throws. Brian, what are you thinking here at Dodger Stadium? Dodgers getting the win last night. A lot of those runs were scored late in that game.
I got my MLB total of the week on this one, but as far as the side goes, Padres have been playing with tons of heart. I think this series just means a lot to them. Paddock's their best pitcher, in my opinion. Oh, well, actually, they have a couple good pitchers in San Diego, but I can't turn down this plus money, so I'm going to go a little wager on the Padres here.
Yeah, I like the Padres as well. I agree. I think Paddock's probably the best or at worst the second best arm in that rotation. And he's already beaten the Dodgers once this season, but I'll also go towards the under as well. I think we see a lower scoring game like we did for most of last night.
How about you, Rod?
Give me the under 8.5. I don't think we get close to that.
Yeah, to me, I'm still thinking about like when Bittler said it's his play of the week. I'm just wondering, does that run Thursday to Thursday, or is that like this week going Sunday to Monday, or is it like what week is the play of the week?
Your week's normally Sunday through Saturday.
Sunday through Saturday. Today's
new week starts on Sunday.
There it is.
So
it's total of the week. Sunday to Saturday, Eastern time.
That's right.
KBO be damned. Anyways, that's it for Major League Baseball. Just 6 games on the card. So we move over to the pucks. And we've got just a few more minutes left for today's show. But let's get to this one between the Lightning and the Blue Jackets. 3 p.m. Eastern time start. These teams played a couple games in the first game. Chris, do you think the Blue Jackets left it all on the ice, or do you think they wore the Lightning down a little bit? Because we know these guys are soft, right? The Lightning are soft. So do you think they wore them down a little bit, or do you think that the Blue Jackets that was it? They just left it all on the ice?
Well, I like the Lightning here, but I'm not paying minus 175. I think I'm going to go to the under 5 here. I'd like to take Columbus, but losing a 5 overtime game the way they did, it's heartbreaking. It takes a little while to get over that. So I'll take the under 5 here.
Rod?
I'm going to take Columbus to bounce back. I think Columbus can sneak out a win here.
Any opinion, Brian?
I'm going to go with Columbus. They broke my heart in the first game. I lost with them. I had a $50 wager on them. I'm going to go right back to Columbus. I think they get a win.
Yeah, Lightning can suck it in my book. We got the Vegas Knights at minus 200, way outside of my price point. Blackhawks at plus 175. I see plus 175 in a game like this, especially, the way Vegas won convincingly in the first game. The Blackhawks looked like the number 8 seed or whatever they are in that game. But we've seen the Blackhawks look bad and then look good, a few times this season. This is a team that hovered around 500 almost the whole year. Rod, you think Patrick Kane's got a little gas left in the tank here to maybe light some fire under the Hawks?
If we see playoff Kane have an amazing game, there's definitely a shot that Chicago can. If Chicago doesn't win this game, they got no chance in this series. I think that they need to come out and try harder. But Crawford in net, I don't like Crawford. And then what are you gonna put Subban? I think Vegas wins this game, but Chicago keeps it closer. Give me the under 6. It's my favorite play on this game.
Anything for you?
I'm going all dogs with the first 3. I'm going to take the value with the Blackhawks. I think they're going to pull out a win either through the first 3 games. I think this will be the one. I'll take the plus 168.
Chris?
Yeah, I like the under 6 here as well. I think we see a game that's closer to game 1.
Someone listened to what Jeff Brom had to say, and he thinks the schedule should begin February 27th for college football, so we'll get a break. But the thing is, if he goes February 27th to April 17th, then he blows out spring practice and for his team, and what's he going to do with? So do your recruits that go to campus early get to be part of this team? I don't know. That's weird, right? Just strange, very strange. Anyways, Boston Bruins up against the Hurricane. What a game 1 was. This was delayed and worth every minute of the wait. But these teams playing on a back-to-back. Chris, you love your Bruins. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking game 1 was a lot more higher scoring than I thought it was going to be, but I think it gets back to the norm here. I think you see the under cashing in game 2. I think it's a tighter game than what we saw in the opener.
I'm gonna go the other way. I think Mrazek's gonna let in a few more goals here. I'm gonna take the over 5.5.
How about you, Brian? Anything?
I think Carolina has a bad taste in their mouth. I think they come out fighting against the Bruins if they didn't steal one.
Yeah, I like the Hurricane in this one. We got the Stars up against the Flames. This one was a pick-em. A little bit of action here coming in on the Stars. Rod?
I'm taking the Stars here. I think Dallas, they're definitely going to put up a fight today and get a win and even the series. I think this series is going to be a long battle. Give me Dallas here to even it up 1-1.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Flames. They've been playing the more competitive hockey over the course of this whole bubble, and Dallas has still struggled since way before the break happened. So I'll take Calgary to get the win here. Go up 2-0.
I guess Paul Gremmen hasn't taken the time to go over to our website and look at my premium picks record in the NBA. So I don't know. He's bad-mouthing my NBA picks. I guess he hasn't seen the damage we've done to the book in the NBA since the restart. It's been
You're in the 70-something%.
Yeah, it's been a bloodbath. I mean, we're taking names. Anyways, man.
Play the Dallas Stars tonight. I love Dallas. That's my favorite hockey play of the day is Dallas.
All right, so we got a couple minutes left, about 4 minutes left to wrap it up. Rod, what do you got as far as the bird cage?
For me, I'm going with 2. I'm going to go 1 in the NBA. I'm going to take Boston money line, the Bucks money line, and where's my little sheets here? But yeah, Boston money line, Bucks money line, Pelicans money line, and on the ice, I'm going Columbus money line, Dallas money line, and Chicago and Vegas under 6.
We talk about events the day of the game. We do picks the day of the game. So if there's a UFC card, we do UFC picks the day of the fights. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I just have a multi-sport bird cage. We're going to go in baseball. We're going to go under 8.5 in the Cubs and Brewers game, over 222.5 in the Lakers and Kings game, and the Calgary Flames on the money line in the NHL.
Bryant?
Dual dogs, $100 bets on each. The San Diego Padres, Pittsburgh Pirates. I think you guys are going to get value out of those two.
Pelicans money line, Orioles, and the Milwaukee Brewers 3-team parlay. Because I have to say on my I believe it was either my dog of the day or my Brewers Cubs pick video. It's one of those two. I don't remember who my dog of the day is. It seems like 6 years ago when I shot the video, but I got so many negative comments. I took the Brewers in one of my videos, and I got so many negative comments. It might have been my parlay video. I got so many negative comments about that Brewers pick. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. I mean,
you might be onto something.
No, I know it. You know, I've been doing videos online for 14 years. You know, so it's like I know. It's like the more negative comments you get, you know, on a video like that, the more often they come in. So
I like when you pick against the Patriots on a video and you get all these, oh, how could you not take, you know, they tell you how wrong you are.
Absolutely. So. Brewers, Pelicans, Orioles is mine. Brewers, Pelicans money line, and the Orioles. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We always appreciate everyone that comes on our show. Hit the like button. It helps us a lot. Takes you about a half second. I never say that anymore, but I will start saying it again. Maybe we'll all start saying it. Hit the like button. And then, of course, it's better when Rod does it, man. How about Chris? You want to give us a like button? Chris, you want to give us a like? Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and of course, check out our website, pickdogs.com, and we also have sportschatplace.com. Those are our 2 websites. And pickdogs.com. Please check out the new parlay calculator. There's a tab on the top. It says parlays, and you can go to all the different sports. You can do cross-sport parlays. Let me know what you think. If there's any changes you think that are on there. I mean, it only has the states that are legal in the United States in sports betting. Illinois and New Jersey, Pennsylvania, you know, those. So you can do the drop down there, and you'll be able to see. But let me know. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We have no afternoon show with Joe today. I think we're going to start that again on Monday. Have a great day, everyone. Woo! Small card, but a big show. We'll see you tomorrow.